So good evening, everyone. I hope you all doing well and enjoying your weekend, your Sunday, and also getting ready for next week. So we are live on YouTube as well. So if anyone having issue, thank you very much for that. If anyone having issue, you can watch me on YouTube. We are live on YouTube, and also we are live on the website. You can catch me on the website as well. Yeah. So here on the website, weekly market outlook. Yeah, go to techtradingacademy.com and just click on the weekly market review. So weekly market review, and you're gonna see over there live. Yeah, so you can catch us over there as well on the website or on the YouTube. So on both sides. Yeah, we are live over there. Alright, so here on techtradingacademy.com. So we are live here in the weekly market review. Alright, so if anyone having issue with the Zoom, then you can catch us on YouTube. Yeah, so or on the website, yeah, techtradingacademy.com. So for that you can catch us over there. Okay, so let's move on to the next week, fellows. I hope you all doing well and enjoying your Sunday. Okay, so hope everything is all right with you, fellows. So the upcoming week is going to be very important. Yeah, very important for our dollar pairs. So we are having Fed next week, and Fed can surprise to the market, to the dollar pair. So dollar pair is already the dollar is already into the downtrend. Yeah, so we may see some strong reversal, or it can stay at the current price, the price we are having right now. All right, so we need to be focused on the dollar pairs rather than any other pairs. All right, so if you look at the calendar, then you're gonna understand that we are having rate decision from Fed. Okay, so dollar pair gonna be under consideration for next week. Okay, so first of all, the trade setup I'm looking for next week is the New Zealand dollar and US dollar. Okay, if you fellows remember, then you understand what we were looking for on this pair since very long, when price was was at that top. Yeah, so we were looking for that downtrend and the bigger correction at this area. Yeah, so currently we are having that bigger correction. Yeah, that bigger daily correction over there. So ideally price should not go above that area and should stay under this weekly trend continuation pattern formation. All right, so I hope some of you fellows already caught some profit on New Zealand dollar. Yeah, so last time, if you remember that, last time I was showing you something like that correction and then drop. Okay, so we have seen some movement. So again, we are testing that top. All right, so for next week, you need to go to the short. You need to look for sell on this pair. Alright. So you need to look for a sell on this pair the way we have done last week. So last week we have seen some price action over there on that top, and price still staying within that weekly or daily, yeah, daily trend continuation formation. So your trade setup going to be something like that. Okay, you need to look for sell at this area as much high as you can. You need to see the price action on lower time frame, what price is going to do at this area. Alright, so that's going to be the trade you need to look for. So whatever the stop placement you like over there, you can put your stop loss over there according to your risk reward ratio or according to your strategy. Okay, so the trade setup we are looking for is this, or even continuation to the downside. Okay, so if this pair is going to stay under that area and going to form a bigger daily continuation formation, then we are going to break down this bigger ascending wedge or channel to the downside. Okay, so potential is going to be huge over there. It can even go beyond this area up to the previous bottom. Okay, similar like the previous week. So we haven't seen any bigger changes over there on this pair. Okay, so it can come up to this area, fellows, this area. All right, so you need to pay attention at this area. Okay, so we were tracking this pair from the top, and we're selling this pair from the top. So you need to be interested to look for, this is basically a continuation trade setup. Okay, so in case if price do not stop at this area and come somewhere here, do not stop at this area, come somewhere here, that's going to be an ideal sell place again to the downside, the way we have done at this area. Okay, so keep eye on this pair for next week. A Bitcoin. So Bitcoin bounced back from the previous top, yeah, this previous top, bounced back aggressively from this previous top. So what we are looking for on this pair, we are looking for one more up move, one more, continuation trade setup. So currently, what I can see that I can see that very strong impulsive move over there at the bottom. Yeah, you all can see that. So what we need to look for, we need to look for continuation to the upside. Okay, that move that way. So a couple of my traders are already into that move. Yeah, at this area. So what we are looking for, we are looking for one more pullback up to this area. So those fellows who are not in, you need to get into the market. Okay, so that's going to be pretty good opportunity to go long with Bitcoin, because we can see that it is still in strong trend to the upside. Okay, so we have already, a couple of my traders already taken trade at this area. Okay, when it was forming this continuation formation. So what we are looking for, we are looking for pullback up to 786 and then continuation to the upside. Okay, so what you need to look for, you need to look for price action somewhere close to the 786, then you need to get into the market. So trade setup going to be something like this. Okay, stop placement just behind the previous low, this. Okay, just behind this previous low. So you need to watch price action at this area. Okay, so it seems to me that it is forming continuation formation to the downside. Once price going to test this area, go for long. Okay, so close below, going to invalidate the pattern, bullish pattern. All right, bullish pattern, break below, going to change the bullish formation, this bullish formation. Okay, the pattern we are looking for upside, that's going to be changed. In that scenario, we're going to look for price action close to the lower trend line. Okay, for upside. All right, so there are going to be huge potential on Bitcoin. It can test these areas again. All right, so you need to pay attention at this area. If it is going to continue aggressively, you can buy at this area by putting stop loss just behind that. All right, but you need to understand that where you are buying. Okay, so you are buying within this corrective area. Yeah, this is within this corrective zone. Yeah, so it can break out and can get back again within the corrective area. All right, so better to look for buy as much low as you can. So Bitcoin long, USD CAD, we were looking for short on USD CAD and the short term long from this area on that day in last week. Yeah, so we have seen that move up to this area. If you guys remember that. So we were looking for breakout and continuation to the downside. So we have seen, we sold this pair on breakout, but when we have seen that it is not going to continue, we take on off. All right. For next week, we need to pay attention at this area. Okay, so you know, this pair gonna be slightly risky to go for short for next week. Why? We are having Fed. Okay, if Fed is going to give us some hawkish tone or hawkish signal, then this pair not gonna go to the downside. Yeah, then this pair can come up to the upper trend line. Okay, so in that case, you need to be careful. Yeah, you need to be careful. What it can do, it can come up to that trend line. Okay, it can test that trend line. All right, if we're going to see something hawkish from the Fed, all right, then this continuation pattern is going to change. Okay, so you need to be careful while selling this pair on Wednesday. Yeah, so we are having news event on Wednesday. Okay, so this area you need to pay attention, that area, that place. All right, if price is going to stay under this area during the Federal Reserve rate the C, and that's going to be perfect continuation trade setup to the downside up to 90. Okay, the way we have done at this area, the way we have done, you know, at this area. So we're going to stay short. Okay, so don't try to sell this pair before the news event. Wait and watch for this pattern to complete itself until Wednesday, and once things going to be clear over there that this pair is not going to rise up to that trend line, then go for short. Otherwise, if we're going to see any stronger candle is going to appear over there, just join that. Okay, join that candle. Put your stop behind that. Join that candle. Okay, join that big bullish candle over there. And if that candle is going to break out that structure, stay into that trade for longer term. Okay, so short term, we may see 119. Okay, but if this pair is going to reverse, then this pair can come up to within these areas. Okay, within these areas. Okay, so look, so upside momentum, upside potential is gonna be huge over there. All right, so the trade setup we are looking for only gonna be for short term to the downside up to 90. We may see the reversal even before that areas. Okay, so those fellows who are holding their short, you need to understand the market, the fundamentals perspective as well. All right, so let me look at the 15-minute time frame so that you can understand. You need to watch this area. Okay, this area for price action. Okay, if price stay under that area and price may struggle at this area, go for short. Okay, but when after the news event, not before the news event. And if you're gonna see impulsive move is going to appear on your lower time frame at this area, yeah, during the news event, just join that bigger impulse and let the market do what it wants to do. Yeah, there's gonna be a huge trend reversal on this pair. So don't open your trade on this pair before the news event. Okay, again, I'm saying, fellas, don't open your trade on this pair before the news event. Okay, so open your trade, go for longer short during the news event. Okay, during the Fed rate decision. So gold, we are looking for bigger reversal on the gold to downside since couple of weeks. Okay, this wave we are looking for. So next week, what you need to look for, you need to look for stronger breakdown at this area. If this is going to break out during the news event, during the Fed rate decision, just join that, sell. Put your stop behind that, sell the price up to this area. Okay, even it can come up to this bottom. All right, so potentially going to be huge over there. All right, so when you need to trade on this pair, when you need to sell this pair, during the news event. Okay, so don't trade on the gold before the news event. All right, so I'm just going to show you an example, this pair as an example. Okay, if you remember the last week, market outlook, then you understand what I was talking about this. Yeah, we were looking for one more up move at this area. Okay, we haven't got that move. What we got stronger breakdown at this area. Okay, so what we did over there in our trading room, we started to sell. We were selling this pair when price broke it down the bigger structure. Okay, so we are still holding short on this pair. Okay, we sold here. A couple of my traders are already holding their short at this area. So we were looking for price action at this area. Okay, so that was the break. Okay, so you need to see this kind of breakout on gold. If that gold is going to break down, just join that. Okay, this kind of continuation formation required over there on gold under this structure, under the up bullish trend for continuation to the downside. Yeah, so this impulse appeared over there during the news event. Okay, so you need to look, you need to see this kind of impulse on gold during the news event. If that kind of impulse is going to appear over there during the news event, simply sell the gold. Okay, put your stop behind the impulse and let the market continue to the downside. All right, so for short term, what we can see on gold, if it is not going to break down this structure, yeah, this structure, this bigger structure. So what we can see this short term up move. Even you can look for buy this short term up move, okay, by putting your stop behind this short term up move. Okay, if that is going to continue up to that top, perfect. Then look for sell from that top, the longer term sell to the downside. Okay, on gold. So gold has to come down. Okay, gold has to come down. Gold can't go far away. So we are looking for big reversal on gold. Okay, so currently it is forming continuation formation to the downside. Okay, you need to see the breakout at this area. I don't think so we're going to see breakout before the news event at this area, stronger breakout to the downside. Yeah, so we may see one more up move and price can struggle at that top, and then we may see something like that at this area. Okay, so simply just look for continuation, stronger impulsive continuation under that structure and go for short. Yeah, when? On Wednesday during this news event. All right, so this news event may put stronger impact on dollar pairs. Yeah, if we don't see strength on the dollar pairs because of this news event. All right, so if we don't see breakdown, so we may see another up move. Okay, so we are anticipating this move in our trading room, so we may see this up move. Okay, this one more up move. All right, so for that you need to keep your eye at this area. So either way price is going to go, you need to understand this area, either to the downside or either to the upside. If it is going to rise something like aggressively, just join that. First of all, go for short, then if it is going to break out, stay to that area. Okay, so you can trade on gold for short term before the news event. Okay, but for longer term, for the downside, open your position after the news event. Okay, so let the news event pass, then trade on this pair for longer term. Okay, so we are looking for still short on this pair. We were looking for breakout last week. If you fellows remember that, we sold this pair on this breakout but took off. Yeah, we sold this pair on breakout, but we took off that trade on break even, and we have seen this is not going to continue. Okay, so we are still looking for this to break down solidly to the downside. Okay, what you can look for short at this area. I don't think so this pair gonna get a huge impact from the I don't think so we're gonna see huge impact on this pair from the Fed. Okay, I mean, I don't think so this pair gonna break out this structure, yeah, this top, because of the Fed. Yeah, so if price is going to test that top, then go for short. Okay, this top, if price is going to test that top, look for short. All right, we are having very stronger impulse over there on our left side. Okay, means that we are holding the top. Yeah, price never violated that area, so look for short, go for short. Okay, so we are still looking for short on this pair. All right, so it can come to the bottom, fellows. It can come up to the bottom. So potential is very, very huge over there. It can come up to the bottom. All right, so this pair can move so aggressively. The first impulse we have seen over there. Now we need to see the third one at this area. Okay, so we are having ABC move 1, 2, 3, or ABC move. Then the pair wave to the downside. So keep your eye on the Hong Kong dollar, US dollar, and Hong Kong dollar. So USDN. So if you fellows remember that last week we were looking for bottom. This bottom, we have seen that breakout and nice, strong, impulsive move to the upside. Okay, I hope those fellows who were following me last week, they are already into that trade for upside. They managed to get into this trade at this area. Okay, so nice impulse. Okay, nice impulse. Very, very nice impulse. So this pair has a huge potential to the upside. Huge potential to the upside. All right, so it can reach up to this top, huge potential to the upside. So the move we have seen on lower time frame is very, very strong. Yeah, we can see that move up to that top. But another long, we need to see a stronger, a nice pullback on USD yen before getting into the market. Okay, if we're gonna look for buy at this area. Yeah, buy at this area, but putting stop loss somewhere here or behind the previous structure for longer term, like that wave, that's going to be slightly risky. So that place was pretty good. Very, very nice place to go for long. And I hope you fellows managed to get into that trade. Yeah, if you remember that, I have shown you this flag last week. So market opened with gap and did not reverse. Was going to continue that flag. All right, so market open with gap and rising aggressively. Okay, so we may see pullback up to these areas. If price is going to pull back within these areas, you can look for a short. All right, the way we have done previously. Yeah, we just need to repeat that steps again. If you fellows remember this move, okay, we may see another move up to these areas. Okay, if price is going to test these areas, we're going to look for continuation to the upside. Okay, so when market is going to open, you can look for this short-term trade to the downside within these 618 or 786, within these areas, the way we have done at this area. Okay, if you remember that, and then we're going to go for long again. All right, so this trade, short-term trade to the downside. Okay, so going to be slightly risky because the impulse is very, very strong. Okay, so short-term sell and then long. All right, so news event is there. We may see some strength on USD pairs. Okay, so short-term sell and then go for long. Pound USD was pretty good last week, and we have seen, you know, very, very strong impulse, very, very strong impulse because of the news event, because of the Bank of England. Yeah, because of the Bank of England interest rate hike, we have seen very, very strong impulsive move. All right, if you fellows remember last week, I told you if you are looking to buy, you know, if you remember that we were looking to buy at this area, yeah. And last week price was at this area, and I told you fellows, watch continuation formation. Yeah, watch continuation formation. If price is going to form a continuation formation, look for buy. Yeah, so we have seen continuation formation, and we bought this pair in our room. We bought this pair in our room. Even we bought this pair when Bank of England was having rate this year. Yeah, so we bought this pair even on that day when Bank of England was having rate this year. Yeah, that was the continuation formation which I was showing you. So we bought this pair, we took this much profit. Even we bought, we bought this pair in our trading room on that day when we were having news event. All right, so at this area, a couple of my traders, even almost all of my traders are into this trade when this impulse was appearing over there during the news event. Yeah, this impulse. Okay, so that was the previous week. Now we need to look for next week, what we may see for the next week. Okay, so you all can see that we are still in this strong bullish trend. All right, so we are still in this strong bullish trend. Okay, fellows, so some of you fellows asking me that is it ready to sell? That's why I told you every time, fellows, you need to understand the price action. Okay, if you understand the price action, you are not going to ask me that it is ready to sell or not. If you don't understand the price action, of course you're going to ask someone else that is it ready to do something like that or not. You need to understand the price behavior, how price behaves on the reversal areas. Okay, so we have seen stronger impulsive move. Yeah, we are still in this short-term uptrend or lower time frame. Okay, we need to pay attention at this area. So currently we can see that price is bullish, stronger bullish to the upside. We need to see something over there before going for short. Okay, that move. Okay, so this is basically a bigger, longer term perspective. All right, so bigger, longer term perspective. So we may see these areas again. Yeah, so because of the Brexit, we may see these areas again. Yeah, currently the move we are having over there, that is because of the rate hike. Yeah, that is because of the rate hike. But when we're going to see decision on Brexit, we're going to see the move to the downside. Okay, so decision on single market, we may see the bigger move to the downside. So we need to catch that move once, when this pair is going to reverse to the downside. Okay, so for next week, you need to pay attention at this area. Currently, it is bullish. Yeah, any early sell going to be punished over there. So some fellows were trying over there to sell this pair on the TV and trading you by looking at the previous top or resistance or something like that. Yeah, based on this resistance. And I explained that top in last week as well when price was at this area. Okay, so we can see it is strong bullish. Just keep your eye at this area. What price is going to do? All right, what price is going to do? If it is going to form, currently it is forming short-term continuation formation. Yeah, it can push up for a couple of candles like that. You can go for that even on your 15-minute time frame for this much candle. Okay, this much candle on 15-minute time frame, this much money. You can go for that. Okay, the way I have just shown you the example. Yeah, the example which I have shown, you can go for one-on-one this kind of trade setup on lower time frame. That's going to be for short-lived with the one-on-one. Okay, this kind of trade setup, you can look for this kind of trade setup. So currently price is forming this kind of pattern formation over there. So 15-minute time frame, yeah, short-term trade setup over there. You can look for that. So, but the longer-term trade setup, you need to look for reversal. For reversal, we need to see something strong, something aggressive. Yeah, something aggressive from the top. Then you need to be interested to sell. Yeah, just simply sell on the rallies. If you see the rallies on the bearish side, then look for simply sell. Okay, so I don't think so we're gonna see the gap on in the opening. Yeah, this short-term trade, fellows. This short-term trade you can look for. This short-term trade. Okay, so this short-term trade, and then again look for impulsive move to the downside. Once you're gonna see that impulsive move, just simply join that. Okay, simply join that. So upside is limited on this pair. Upside is limited. It can go for a couple of pips for the upside, but it has to come down for longer term. All right, so keep your eye on this pair during the news event, during the Fed rate decision. So UK oil, we are still bullish on the UK oil. If you remember, last week I told you we may see another up move within that channel. Yeah, so those fellows who remember, they understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, this up move. All right, so I told you we may see another up move for short term to the upside. So we are currently having that move. All right, so we need to see stronger breakdown like that. Okay, so keep your eye on this pair, and once price is going to do something like that, just join that. All right, so the bigger wave is going to, the bigger wave we are looking for downside. Yeah, the bigger wave we are looking for on oil, we are looking for the downside, not upside. So upside is limited. It can go for a couple of more pips for the upside, but in longer term we're going to see the downside. Okay, in longer term we're going to see the downside. So you need to grab the top. You need to see something like that. Okay, once price is going to do something like that, just join that. Okay, just join that. So the first trade you're going to look for is this, and then further continuation to the downside. Just keep selling on the rallies. Once price is going to break down aggressively, just keep selling on the rallies. All right, so pay attention at the top and look for sell. Don't look for buy. All right, don't look for a buy at the top. The buy setup is which I have shown you last week. That buy setup is gone. All right, that short-term buy setup is gone. It can surge for a couple of pips like that. Yeah, so it has to come down. It has to come down if it is going to continue for longer term. So it has to show something like that. Yeah, something like the previous one. Then it should continue for the upside. Okay, so if it is going to form a stronger impulsive move from the top, just keep selling this pair, the oil from the top. Okay, you understand what I mean, fellas? If it is going to continue for the upside for longer term like that, it has to do something like this. Okay, it has to do something like that within that channel. Okay, if it is going to continue for the up move. So you need to look for, first of all, this move. If this move is going to be stronger, just keep selling the oil up to the bottom. All right, so good luck. So DXY gonna be important next week. Okay, so last week we are in the same structure. We haven't seen any change in structure. Price is just behaving within the previous trend and still staying, with the previous trend. But we may see some movement, some change in formation on dollar index next week. Okay, so if you remember that last week I have shown you this move and then short at this area. Okay, so currently price is just completing that wave. Okay, price is just completing that wave. So what we need to look for next week, we need to look for buy on the US on the dollar index. Okay, first of all, dollar index should complete the wave. The wave it is going to it is currently forming. It should complete. Okay, it should complete this move. And you need to be interested to buy somewhere here, like double bottom at this area. Yeah? If it is not going to form a double bottom and going to test this trend line, perfect, go for long. The way you have done at this area last week. All right, if you remember, before the previous week, the wave we were looking for was that. We have seen that wave. And the last week we were looking for that wave, we have seen that wave. And after that, we were looking for that wave. All right, so price you need to pay attention at this area, the double bottom, okay, or these areas next week. Okay, and you need to go for longer term reversal on the DXY. Yeah, if we are not going to see a reversal on the DXY, yeah, if we are not having reversal on DXY, what we're gonna see? We're gonna see just, continuation of the previous trend. Yeah, previous trend will keep falling, continue to the downside. So what we can do, we can just keep selling. Yeah, the way we have done at this area, the way we have done at this area, the way we have done at this area, and this area. Yeah, so we're gonna see continuation of this previous trend. Okay, what you need to do, you need to understand the structure and you need to understand the pattern. Okay, so that you can get you can get into the market on a reasonable area, reasonable price. Okay, so watch double bottom on DXY. Yeah, double bottom on DXY and double top on Euro USD. Okay, so in our room we are looking for long on Euro USD at this area. Okay, for upside. So let me look at the bigger structure, fellas, so that you can understand what we are having on the euro. Yeah, euro has to correct. If it is going to continue, if it is not going to reverse the trend, it has to correct. Yeah, and correction should come somewhere here close to the 110 or 112. All right, so for next week we need to look for the way we are having a lower time frame, continuation for upside, and then a reversal from the top. Look for short from the top. Yeah, if you remember the last week I have shown you this wave. Yeah, that wave, if you remember. Yeah, what we need to look for, we need to look for triple top on your USD, or triple top or double top, whatever you want to call that. You can call that. Yeah, we need to look for sell at this area. Okay, this move can continue up to that top. All right, this move, the move we have seen over there, this move can continue up to the top. Yeah, if it is not going to hit the top and going to break down before that, what you need to look for, you just need to draw a trend line over there and you need to look for a breakdown. Okay, if it is going to break down strongly like that, just join that. Okay, so you may see that breakdown because of the news event. Yeah, if you are having that breakout, sell. Yes, stronger breakout is going to come over there, sell, put your stop behind that, let the market continue to the downside. Okay, so big trade may appear over there for the next week on this pair on Euro USD. So those fellows who took that trade in our trading room, you just need to move on to the break even, and let this wave to complete itself up to that top. Okay, and then we're gonna look for short up to this. And if it is going to continue, of course, we're going to keep selling on the continuation formation for up to 110. Okay, so Euro USD, this is the formation you fellas need to look for. Okay, USD Chief, if you remember that last week, I have shown you one more move down possible, one more move down after the previous trend line, this trend line, yeah? We haven't seen that. Yeah, like there was a continuation formation. We haven't seen that move, price breaking out, that trend line before that. Yeah, so if you remember, I told you what you need to look for if price going to do that. Yeah, and those fellows who took the long trade on that pair, you did an excellent job. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to teach you fellows. Those fellows who are not still understanding, you need to look to understand the price behavior. Okay, what I told you, we need to see something like that at this area. Okay, for upside. So we have seen breakout, we have seen continuation and uptrend. Okay, uptrend. So for next week, looks like the prices, this pair is still not ready to go for upside. Okay, so we may see one more move down, and if it is going to test the bottom, look for buy again. All right, if this pair is going to test these areas, next week go for long. First of all, you need to look for this short-term trade for next week. Okay, watch for continuation formation, lower time frame, go for that short, and then look for stronger impulsive move from the bottom, something like that. So those fellows who are following me on this pair since couple of weeks, you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, why this area is really important for us. Okay, because price is getting stronger bounce back every time whenever it is getting close to the bottom. Yeah, so for continuation to the downside, it has to violate that bottom aggressively to the downside. Okay, this area, these areas, it has to break down this area aggressively for continuation to the downside. Yeah, so what we are having nice price action at this area. Okay, so we need to look for reversal for upside, not for continuation to the downside. All right, so every time when it is testing the bottom, just go for long, look for buy. Okay, for next week, what you can look for before the news event, you can look for this continuation. Okay, short-term continuation to the downside and then up. Okay, from bottom. All right, up to that bottom, this trade, this short-term trade, and then go for long from the bottom again at this area, or even from the lower channel line. So USD USD, so looks like USD USD is falling, but falling correctively. If you fellows remember the previous week that I told you we need to see a continuation formation for selling this pair. Okay, we have seen that continuation formation, but breakout wasn't so aggressive, was corrective. So we are still having another continuation formation. Fellows, just need to look for, you just need to look for this breakout, stronger breakout. If it is going to break out aggressively, keep selling. Yeah, put stop behind that, keep selling this pair up to the bottom. All right, so we may see breakdown on this pair during the news event. All right, so if we don't see the breakout on this pair, and this pair is not going to continue for the bigger wave to the downside, you just need to look for another up move. Okay, you just need to look for another up move. Okay, so the way we have seen the previous up move on this pair, I have shown you that this chart before last week as well. All right, so that up move. Okay, so this up move may appear over there again. Okay, so that pattern formation is going to be something like wedge and then drop. So that is the reversal formation. Yeah, so if it is not going to break down, then we can look for short-term up move, and then drop again, drop from the top. All right, but so far what you need to look for, you need to look for breakdown. Okay, aggressive breakdown. So look for sell on this pair during the news event, not before the news event. Yeah, because I don't think so market gonna move with the so huge. Yeah, I mean big moves we're gonna see on the on these pairs, on dollar pairs before the Fed. Yeah, so because traders don't like to take a risk before the news event, so investors are only gonna put their money into the market when they're gonna see that everything is clear and smooth. Yeah, there is no uncertainty. What then they're gonna get into the market, and you only gonna see the breakouts. Yeah, when there is no uncertainty and market is clear, you're gonna see the breakout. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. One more up move like that, and we're gonna see this formation, wedge formation. All right, and then drop. Okay, this one more up move may appear over there. All right, so pay attention on lower time frame. If it is going to break down like euro pound, just keep selling this pair up to the bottom. We are currently having continuation formation, and it can break down. Yeah, we are having RBA meeting as well. Yeah, you can keep eye during that news event as well. If it is going to break down aggressively, just keep selling. All right, sell this pair. If we are going to have a stronger breakdown on this pair during the RBA meeting. All right, so better to look for trade setups on dollar pairs during the during the Fed. All right, so if you're gonna open your trade setup before that, then you will start to worry about your trades. Yeah, because news even can push the market any direction. So pound yen was pretty good last week for us, and especially for one of my student. He did an excellent job. He joined me. No, he joined me recently for one-on-one training, and he hit the bullseye last week. He hit the bullseye last week on this pair. Yeah, so the trade setup we were looking for that bigger wave to the upside. Okay, bigger wave to the upside. But unfortunately, we haven't got the move down, one more move down we were looking for on that pair. Yeah, so we haven't got that. So price just continued to the upside. And last week I told you fellows, we may see continuation of that flag. Okay, so we have seen that continuation. So very strong breakout, very strong breakout at this area. So let me show you the trade setup the trade setup we were talking about in our training room, and then you fellows can get the idea. Yeah, so we never bought this pair from this area. If you fellows remember that, I told you we were gonna buy this breakout last week, if you remember that. Yeah, and we were gonna buy. So where we bought when price is going to break over at this area. We bought this breakout in our trading room. Yeah, so a couple of my traders bought at this area. A couple of my traders bought somewhere here. We were having continuation formation on that area. Yeah, when price was forming this little lower degree, smaller continuation formation. Yeah, so that guy, did an excellent job. He is into this business almost since last 4 to 5 months. He's completely new to this business, but he did an excellent job. So that was the trade he took on pound yen. Yeah, he bought at this area, and that was the trade he took. He made almost 46,000 US dollar on this trade. US dollar. Excellent work. Perfect job. So he made $60,000 in last week, and he's completely new to this business. He's not an expert or something like that. Yeah, pretty. You can say that he's just new to this business. Yeah. So those fellows who are asking me that are my traders making money or not? So this is just an example which I'm showing you to the fellows, to the followers. Yeah. So one guy, he turned 12,000 into an 80,000 and still doing pretty good. And this guy was completely new to the Forex and doing pretty good. So for next week, fellows, what we need to look for, we need to look for a continuation. Okay, we need to look for a continuation at this area. Okay, continuation for another up move. If we're gonna see that continuation, then there is gonna be another entry. Okay, another trade setup. If we don't see that continuation formation, there is no trade setup. Okay, there is no trade setup. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, the trade setup we're gonna look for at this area are gonna be based on continuation formation. Okay, means that this target. If we are looking for still targeting this area, this price, we need to see continuation formation at this area. Okay, then like that. Okay, like that. If we're gonna see continuation formation, then we are going to buy. If we don't see that, there is no buy setup. Okay, so currently this pair is still open. Closed last week, closed very bullish, very strong bullish. So there are going to be trades set up on lower time frame, like 15-minute time frame, the way I have just shown you the pound USD. Okay, for the bigger continuation, we need to see for medium term continuation to the upside, we need to see a continuation formation. Okay, we need to see, let me remove that. Okay, what we can see over there, we can see this breakdown, continuation formation, something like that, ABC move or 1 to 3 and then upside. Okay, so it can form something like that. If it is going to test 7 at 6 of this impulsive move correctively, okay, not aggressively. If it is going to do something aggressive move to the downside, like impulsive move at this area, it is going to get down, going to get into the bigger structure. Okay, then we're gonna look for reversal. Okay, then we're gonna look for reversal. But for short-term trade setup, we need to see the continuation formation at this area, something like this. Okay, something like that. Okay, at this area, 1 2 3 move or ABC or something like that, all right, at this area, and then this leg continuation to the upside, all right. So that move, so short-term trade setup may appear over there to the downside, so that short-term trades are going to be slightly risky. These short-term trades are going to be slightly risky, something like that, okay, because we can see that trend is very, very strong. If you are happy to take that risk, then you need to understand that probability is going to be over there something like 40-30, yeah. So winning ratio going to be 40-30, yeah. It can rise back to the upside very aggressively. Yeah, it looks like it is forming triangle, yeah, triangle for upside, symmetrical triangle for upside, but I don't think so this triangle is going to stay over there, yeah. It's going to this pattern going to change on this time frame. All right, so short term upside, we need to see a continuation formation. So euro yen, we were looking for short from the top. If you fellows remember the previous week, I told you we may see this up move. Yeah, so we may see this up move. So we were looking for price action at this area. We never got that. What we got continuation. Okay, last week I told you this trade can come up to that top. Okay, so we sold this trade into our trading room. We took some of my traders took break even, some of my traders took sort of small profit, and the price broken out. So we are still looking for the price action to go for a short. Okay, I don't see that it is ready to go for a short for longer term right now at the current price, but we will sell this pair. Okay, we will sell this pair. We are not looking to buy this pair because the way it is behaving, it is just forming a couple of corrective patterns and couple of bullish candles and getting back within that structure. Yeah, so we may see a couple of more candles like that. All right, so like that, couple of more candles like that. So those fellows who understand the structure, who understand the pattern, they're not going to worry about that. But those who don't understand the structure and pattern formation, they're going to worry about this. Yeah, a couple of more candles may appear over there. All right, because this pair, we understand the structure, we understand the pattern, and based on that, I don't see that this pair is going to go far away. Yeah, it is rising correctively within that structure, so we can see that it is forming a reversal formation. Yeah, and this reversal formation should turn into this way. Okay, price can't keep rising like that. So basically, this reversal formation on a bigger time frame, it can push up for a couple of corrective candles. Yeah, but the bigger wave gonna appear over there to the downside. All right, so watch top for short. If you're gonna see something nice, aggressive move over there at this area like that, okay, impulsive move and like this continuation, keep selling this pair. Okay, keep eye on the top for short. So Uzi Chief, we haven't seen any bigger change on this pair, so look for this short again. Okay, basically this is the weekly top. Why we are looking for short on this pair? This is the weekly bigger time frame, sell area. So every time when price is testing that area, we are just simply selling, and we will keep selling this pair whenever it is going to test these areas. Okay, so last time we sold at this area, we sold at this area, again we're going to sell this pair. Okay, let me show you the example where we sold that. Okay, here we sold that, and we were keep selling this pair when that wave was appearing over there. All right, that wave, bigger wave, we were having a couple of entries within these areas. If you go back to my profile, you're gonna understand that. Yeah, we were selling all the way up to the bottom, so we are again looking for sell this pair from that top. So you need to do that as well. Okay, it can form a couple of more candles the way it is just doing. I mean, like these corrective candles can appear over there, but these corrective candles does not mean that we are having change in trend. I mean, the bigger bearish trend is going to change to the upside. All right, so every time when price is just testing the top, just keep selling. So put your stop behind that, sell. Yeah, if it is not going to break down, take off, look for a short term up, and then again sell. Okay, so keep selling this pair from that top. So pound chief, we have seen change in pattern formation. If you fellows remember that last week, I was showing you one more move down at this area. So we haven't got that one more move down. So fortunately, we managed to get into this pair at this area during the Bank of England trade, the CN. We bought at this area. And this pair is still rising so aggressively. We can see that it can reach up to this area easily. If so, then we're going to look for this bigger trade to the downside like that. Okay, I don't see that this pair is going to reverse for longer term to the upside. The trend is still bearish. Price is just running in sideways market. Okay, it is running in sideways. Okay, so the next wave is going to be continuation. The continuation to the downside breakdown or within that formation. All right, so where we need to pay attention at this area. Okay, watch that top, this area for short. But currently it is not ready. Okay, it is not ready. If you will try to do that, you may get burned over there. Yeah, you need to see something over there. I have posted that chart on TradingView. You just need to follow me over there. Yeah, I'll update about that chart. Yeah, we were looking for short last week at this area. We haven't seen any nice price action. Price broken out aggressively to the upside. And we joined the trend at this area. We didn't buy at this here. We joined the trend at this area. Okay, because we need to see something over there for confirmation, and we joined that pair in our trading room for upside. So still going to continue. It is forming continuation formation on lower time frame. Just keep buying. Yeah, for short term on lower time frame, keep buying up to that top, and then look for sell. Watch price action, then look for sell. Okay, so let me show you. I think I have the chart over there. Yeah, here. When price was testing that top, we were selling at that area. So you just need to do again like that. You need to see the price action. Yeah, price action, something like that. Once price is going to do something like this, you need to sell. Okay, watch this kind of price action. If you don't see that kind of price action, just keep buying on 50-minute time frame for short term. Put your stop placement behind the previous continuation formation and just go for long, short and long. Okay, and once price is going to reverse, keep selling. All right, so those fellows, I think, who trade on the harmonic pattern, I think we are having that one as well. So like this. All right, so good luck, fellows. So euro pound dropped so aggressively. So trend is just, you know, is appeared over there. We have a lot of potential on this pair. Okay, so finally this pair broken down. So last week we were looking for upside, one more up move. We haven't got that, and price, you know, broken down. So we managed to get into this pair at this area. So those traders are already holding their short on euro pound, stay into that trade. Yeah, so those who get into the market late, what you need to look for, you need to be careful. Once price is going to form this continuation formation, you need to be careful. Yeah, you might get stopped out on break even. Okay, you might get stopped out on break even. You need to be careful. So that was the pattern we were looking for. Okay, so price started to fall back to the downside, pretty strong. Yeah, you can see over there. So it is just start. It has just started. Yeah, we have some room on the pound. You know, pound chief can push up. Yeah, for further, pound chief can push up for further upside. If so, then this pair easily can come up to this area. So this pair are going to be much better to go for short rather than to go for buy on pound chief. Yeah, look for sell on this pair. Yeah, this pair. Look for sell on this pair. Okay, so before that we were looking to buy this pair at the bottom. Yeah, so price completed the big wave, and we were waiting for the price action from the top since very long, and even everybody was just talking about this pair in the media, that this pair is going to go into parity, but finally this pair managed to get down. Yeah, everybody was talking about that this pair is going to go into parity, euro pound. Yeah, so the bigger wave completed. Now we are having the bigger wave to the downside. So that bigger wave should stay into the downside for a while. So we will keep selling. Okay, we don't see anything from the euro. So euro is already running, close to 120, 119, something like that, something close to those areas. Okay, that means if euro is going to get down, then this we're also gonna test the bottom. All right, so watch this continuation formation for next week. Continuation formation and then this trade. Cat chief, also look for short from the top. Okay, this trade setup. This trade setup. Watch that top. This trade we need to look for. We have seen some price action, but that price action is not healthy. Yeah, that price action is not healthy. It can go for another up move. Yeah, it is testing the area I have shown you in the last week. Yeah, it can go for another up move. So if so, look for sell. You need to see breakdown, stronger breakdown of this area. So put your stop behind that, keep selling this pair from that zone. So EuroCAD, one more up move is possible. Yeah, this one more up move. Watch price action at the bottom for upside. Look for buy at this area. Okay, that trade like this. All right, we are having similar formation at this area. Look for buy at this area for an up move. Okay, so New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD is rising slightly aggressive from the bottom. It can come up to this area. Okay, if it is going to come up to this area, that's short-term trades. Yeah, break above. Yeah, like this. Break above this trend line means that we are going to get back to the top. So look for buy. Okay, break above that trend line, then look for buy up to the top. All right, if it is going to break out, watch continuation and look for buy after that top. Euro chief. Okay, still we are having the same formation. We haven't seen a big change in Euro chief, this trade. Okay, this week similar trade, the trade I have shown you last week. All right, that trade. This trade, friends. Okay, look for sell at this area, put stop behind that. If it is going to continue, stay into that trade. Euro New Zealand dollar, if you remember that last week I told you we need to see a breakout. Breakout of that trend line. If price is going to break down, we will start to sell this pair. Okay, that trade. Look for this trade. Up to this trend line, that trade. So I hope some of you fellows already managed to sell on this pair. Yeah, at this area, because I have shown you that area. All right, that area. So if it is going to go for another up move, look for sell at this area. Okay, for the downside, put stop behind that. Look for this pattern formation. All right, and then break down to the downside. All right, so bigger trade up to the trend line. So keep selling this pair from the top. I don't see that this pair is going to continue for the upside. CAD yen. Last week we bought this pair for short term to the upside, took short term profit, but this week looking for this trade. All right, this trade. So watch that top. All right, so last week we took that short term trade. I have shown you that trade in the previous meeting, in the previous weekly market outlook. Yeah, up to that top, so that trade. All right, so next week even price went beyond the expectations we were having were there. All right, so this week we need to look for pull back up to that trend line. Okay, this continuation formation is just forming over there. Watch that. To complete, look for that trade. So New Zealand yen, similar like that. In this pair, we need to look for upside on this pair. Yeah, we can see that this pair broken out. Okay, continuation formation and that trade. All right, that trade. Aussie yen. So look for sell from the top rather than selling within the channel. That is what I was anticipating last week. So one of my student was asking me that we should go for short at this area or not, and I told him that we are still in uptrend. So price broken out. Yeah. So if you remember that I have shown you this structure, this formation last week. So this formation, this area, look for that top to go for short. Okay, on Aussie yen. That's all. Back to this area. So let me look at these pairs quickly. So because we are running out of time, so we have seen stronger impulsive move from the bottom. So we need to look for continuation. Okay, this continuation formation. All right, so some of my traders already into that trade. We bought this pair in our trading room. We have seen that flag and looking for buy. Watch another continuation formation. Go for that trade simply. Okay, something like that. We are having strong trend to the upside. I think you fellows remember the bigger structure and bigger pattern formation. Unfortunately, we didn't see the move down, the wave down, and price just started to rise back. So what I was looking for, one more small move down and then up. So price started to rise. Okay, so watch this continuation, go for buy. We are having stronger trend. And pound CAD, quite similar like that. All right, so watch continuation. The uptrend has begun. We need to see continuation formation on 4-hour time frame or even on 1-hour time frame. So I think 4-hour time frame should be good enough. Okay, so something like that. Watch continuation formation, go for long. And USDs are those fellows who are interested to trade on this pair, simply sell this stronger breakout to the downside. Okay, this breakout, this stronger breakout up to this bottom, that trade. Okay, like this. All right, like that. This is the trade we are looking for on USDs at this bottom and then up from that bottom. Alright, so Aussie CAD, look for buy from the bottom. Alright, so last week there was a short-term opportunity. So looks like we're going to see some reversals, big reversals on CAD pairs. Look at this trade. Look for that trade. Big reversal on CAD pairs. It looks like CAD pair is about to reverse. Alright, look for that trade. This trade we need to look for. Alright. So Aussie New Zealand dollar, finally we can see that broken down. Some of my traders sold this pair. So finally we have seen that breakdown. Okay, so watch continuation and keep selling this pair up to the bottom. So this pair can come to the bottom again, fellows. So potentially gonna be huge over there. So went beyond the previous top, this wave. Alright, so broken down, look for continuation formation and keep selling. Alright, we have seen continuation formation and broken down. So we managed to get into this pair at this area. So you need to look for continuation, those who are not in for the downside. Every time price is just testing the top, look for sell simply. Yeah. And silver, I don't think so. There is a trade setup, perfect trade setup for silver. Yeah, if gold is going to get down, silver of course gonna get down. Yeah, it can fall back. All right, so those traders want to sell the silver, you need to look for this breakout. If this breakout is going to come, look for sell and then buy from the bottom. So wicks, look for buy. Simply those fellows trade on the wicks, buy from the bottom. All right, so buy from the bottom, buy this area the way you have done previously. So in S&P 500, I think we're going to see another correction. Okay, so we are hitting the 360, oh sorry, 2500. So we may see another correction. All right, so let me look at the previous chart. 160. Or 360 or 160 or 360, something like that. I posted that chart. So we may see another move down, okay? Yeah, I posted this area. So one more move down within that structure. Okay, so that wave completed. Okay, that wave completed, the wave which I was showing you. So we may see another correction at this area. Okay, correction something like that. Like this. Alright, like that. Okay, so we can look for sell for short term in S&P 500. So remember, you're gonna sell against the bigger trend. Okay, so you may get stopped out over there if you're gonna sell before understanding anything. So we were looking for short, we haven't got that. We got the breakout, going to continue, still continuation formation over there. Okay, so it can break out. Once price is going to do something like that, look for bigger correction. Okay, at this area, this bigger correction, and then again we're going to see how this bigger correction is going to appear over there within that structure. All right, so NASDAQ 100 index is also rising, still staying in the bigger correction, yeah, bigger formation. Okay, so we may see bigger correction on this pair as well. Okay, so watch for this and then something like that in this area, and then that is your trade. Okay, so 100 index, UK 100 index upside. We were watching this pair to go for long, but we can see that this pair broken down because of the Bank of England rate decision. Okay, but this is going to be a nice opportunity to go for long rather than the others. All right, this pair at this area, that trade, similar like the S&P 500. Okay, that way, continuation. So looks like forming flag. All right, so currently it is bearish. If you go back to the weekly market outlook previous, then you understand previous market outlook. Yeah, then you understand. I have shown you this place many times when I was talking about the 100 index. So this is going to be a nice opportunity to go for long. Okay, keep eye at the lower trend line for long. All right, so this area, that trade, we are having 1, 2, 3 or ABC move. Yeah, and we need to look for that trade. Okay, look for buy and breakout on this. Okay, breakout on this. If it is not going to break out, Some of my trade is already into the buy, and I have shown you this, this pair, I think last meeting, for upside. So buy setup. Those fellows who are already holding their long from this area, watch this breakout. If it is not going to break out, take off and then look for again long. All right, again look for long from the bottom. Yeah, I think enough for today, fellows. Any question? Any question? So US 10-year, US 10-year yield or bond. This one, are you talking about this government bond, or are you talking about this? Yeah. All right. So if you remember the chart I posted over there, I asked you to look. I asked to look for buy. Yeah, we were looking for breakout of this continuation formation. We haven't seen that. So for this week, I think you should be already into that buy from the bottom. Yeah, if you are not in, then buying from the top going to be slightly risky. Yeah, if you remember the chart I posted, we were looking for breakout. Okay, so yeah, so you can see over there, broken down. Yeah, then we were looking for bigger formation, this bigger formation. Okay, so we have seen that way from the bottom. We need to see the breakout. If this breakout is going to happen during the news event, during the Fed, stay into that trade. Okay, look for this continuation for upside. This is the continuation formation for upside. Okay, so any buy setup over there is going to be slightly risky, because this is the area where price can get back into the structure again, get back into the price, into the pattern like that. Okay, so buying at this area is going to be slightly risky. Where you can look for buy, first of all, you need to look for breakout, then continuation, the way we were looking for at this area. Okay, and then we can look for continuation to the upside. Okay, so I hope you should already into that trade, into the buy side from the bottom. Just look for breakout. All right, you need to look for this breakout. All right, that breakout, it should continue. So that looks like, we were watching for the DAX for short, but we can see that the bigger formation broken out. So it looks like that index is going to go for the bigger trend. That index is going to go for continuation to the upside. Yeah, so bigger formation looks like going to, yeah, it has gone far away. And those fellows who are looking for short with me the last week, I told you, yeah. So we were looking for this short-term trade. We have seen that breakout, this short-term trade, and then we were looking for buy every time, and this pair was coming close to the bottom. So still look for upside, don't look for sell now. Yeah, look for upside. So it has broken out the bigger continuation formation. Now it should continue to the upside. Okay, so looks like going to continue for the upside. Yeah, you can see over there. So we were looking for this move. Yeah, so broken out aggressive. I think something wrong with this chart. So price shouldn't be over there. Something wrong with this chart of the data. Okay, so look for continuation, fellows. So the bigger daily has broken out, so keep buying. Yeah, you can see over there. That is what I was showing you. Bigger formation. So look for continuation on lower. It is already forming continuation. Go for that move. Okay, that move. So be careful. We have broken out. It can change the formation. Yeah, buying at the area is going to be slightly risky. You need to understand that. So any other question, fellows? Yeah, I think we're gonna see the breakdown on gold and silver. Any other question, fellows? Yeah, if we're gonna see something uncertain things like warmongering or some tax talk from the Trump, then I mean, if warmongering is going to happen, just keep buying the yen, buy the gold, buy the silver, buy the cheap. Okay, sell the indexes. All right. And if there is no uncertainty, everything is clear, perfect, just go for long on the indexes and keep buying indexes for short term and look for long on the dollar. Yeah, dollar has to reverse. Dollar has to reverse. Okay, dollar has to reverse for longer term, and also we're going to see a bigger move on the on the euro. Yeah, and if anyone want to join group training, whatever, one-on-one, then just simply visit this site. Yeah, visit this site. So you can sign up over there, or you can text me for further details. All right. So thank you very much for being with me, fellows. Enjoy your day, enjoy your Sunday, and I hope you're gonna have a perfect week. Thank you very much. Bye bye.